What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another Yankees recap. This is where we recap all the latest news, updates, and everything going on in the Yankees community. There are so many positive things to talk about with this team right now. A team that just swept the Braves for their 11th straight win, and that's the first time they've done it since 1985. We've got a few topics we're going to hit on, but before we do, quick favor as usual, please drop me a like on this video as it not only helps out me, the channel, but this video as a whole, a great deal. So thank you in advance for that. But let's go ahead and talk Yankees. And I want to start with Giancarlo Stanton, who he's red hot right now. And I don't think there's a coincidence that he's been tearing the cover off the ball ever since he started playing the outfield. Now, for those who don't know, and they've gone on at length about this on Yes, when you're DHing, like, hitting is obviously the only thing on your mind. That can be a big distraction. You know, for a guy like Giancarlo Stanton, who, you know, when he's hot, he's very hot. When he's cold, he looks like the worst player in the world. Confidence is probably a pretty big factor for him. So, like, when you have a bad night at the dish, you go over 4, you're swinging at pitches that were 2 feet out of the zone. Like, there's nothing really to take your mind off that. You're just thinking about it till your very next at bat. But now, like, regardless of how your prior at bat looked, like, you're playing left field. You got to get out there. So, and Stan, he's even said that he's enjoyed playing left field. And, you know, I don't know what exactly to think, if it's he was putting more pressure on himself or he just feels more complete as a player or what. But what I do know is that since he started playing the outfield a couple times a week, in the 24 games since, he's hitting .309 with 6 homers and 19 RBIs. So clearly, whatever it is, something is working for Giancarlo Stanton, and it'd be huge if he can carry that into October. Moving on, Gio Urshela, he is set to return from his hamstring injury on Thursday in Oakland. And now Gio, he's having an okay season, his worst year as a Yankee so far, but still providing league average offensive production with a 107 weighted runs created plus. He's hitting .274 with 11 homers and a .754 OPS. So yeah, right around league average. Now the reason I bring this up is, one, that's just a big boost in getting Gio back, and two, it lengthens the lineup even further. So I have a little bit of a lineup that I've written out. Now this isn't going to have Kluber Torres in it. We'll get into him in just a second, but here's what, at least my opinion, what I think the lineup will be. So leading off, DJ playing second, then Rizzo, then Judge, Gallo fourth, Stanton in right field. What does that do? That leaves a DH spot open for Luke Voit. Voit would bat sixth. Gio I have slotted in at the 7th spot, and then Gary Sanchez, and then Andrew Velasquez. So just to repeat, DJ, Rizzo, Judge, Gallo, Stanton, Voit, Urshela, Sanchez, Velasquez. That is a pretty solid, insanely solid lineup. And it'll only get even deeper once Gleyber Torres is back, which that kind of leads us into our next topic, which is the injury updates. Starting off with a big one. We have 2 big ones. One that is on the negative side and one that is on the positive side. Starting off with the negative is Zach Britton. If you didn't hear, he's back on the IL with a left elbow sprain. Really, the whole year has been a lost season for Zach. You got to hope that he comes back. You know, our bullpen was just starting to round out into form. Just got to, you know, knock on wood, hope that his season isn't over. Moving on to the next one, Corey Kluber. This one's positive. He threw 60 pitches down in AA, allowed 2 runs on 5 hits with a walk, and struck out 4 in 3 2/3 innings. Now, I don't really ever pay attention to results down in the monitor. I mean, they said he looked really good, but on rehab assignments, like, I don't really care about results, just that they were healthy and didn't have any setbacks. Kluber, he threw 60 pitches. You figure next time he'll be right around like 75. So once you're at that 75, 80 mark, that's what we're talking, like he could make his next start in the MLB. And Boone, he did allude to that, or he said he's at least getting close, which I would figure Kluber will be back as a Yankee by the first week of September, which that's huge because for me personally, I mean, the way I see it is this, like the postseason rotation, the 3 guys that are set is obviously Cole, Tyone, and Monty. The Game 4 guy, to me right now, it's between either Corey Kluber or Nestor Cortez. Kluber, he has to show me something, and he's going to have a good month or so to do that. You figure he's going to get like four or so starts. I'll tell you this, if Kluber comes back and he shits the bed, if he's giving up if he's like, I don't know, like a 5.6 ERA over his like 4 starts to finish up the season, it's not a lock for me that he's going to be getting a postseason start. So let's hope that he looks good when he comes back, you know, because he's kind of on square one with me, the same way he was going into this year. You know, he hasn't pitched in 3 months, and he did look really good the first 10 starts of the year that he had. He did look good, but they also weren't against like the greatest teams in the world either. Moving on, Gleyber Torres, he has started to hit. He's fielding ground balls, and he could start rehab games soon. So that's, of course, big news, and that's when we'll officially get the Death Star lineup, the fully operational Death Star lineup. I would anticipate Gleyber's return probably somewhere maybe I mean, if we can get him back late in like the first week of September, that would be nice. But what I've been saying this whole time and how I am every year, like at this point at least, like it's a lock. We're gonna make the playoffs in some form. Probably a lot. I don't want to say probably a wild card, but at least a wild card. Hopefully the division. I just hope all these guys come back in time to shake off the IL rust in time for the postseason. So at this rate, knock on wood again that there's no setbacks. Gleyber Torres, if he's back by like the second week of September, that's fine by me. That gives him plenty enough time to rack up some at bats and get back in the flow of things before October. So yeah, really all positive things right now outside of the Zach Britton news, which it's not a done deal that his season is over by any means. Speaking of seasons possibly being over, I actually don't have this one written down. Luis Severino, I believe he's seeing a doctor in Oakland, which is where we're going this weekend for a 4-game set. Severino will be seeing a doctor in Oakland, and I guess that will tell where his season's at. I know it's nothing serious, something like a tear. They just shut him down for about a week. So if Sevy does come back this year, don't expect him to make any starts, I would say, at least probably the postseason. But it is still possible, if he's not being shut down for the year, that he could be an effective guy out of the bullpen. So it's not over for Sevy by any means, at least as of right now. And like I said, the Yankees, they're going off to Oakland for a 4-game set. And that's huge. We are 4.5 games up now over them after our 11 game win streak that we're on right now. So yeah, we're up 4.5 on them. It'd be nice to put the nail in the coffin. At the very least, you got a split. They're all night games, which I'm pretty pumped for. I'm a huge fan. I wasn't so much when I was younger, when I was forced to go to sleep during school. But now there's nothing better than going about your day and knowing that you can do whatever you want, and then come 10 o'clock that night, you get to watch Yankees baseball. So I'm very excited for this series. But yeah, at the very least, split and hopefully take at least 3 out of 4. And hey, if we sweep one, that would extend our winning streak to 15 games, which then you're talking crazy level. You're all right, now we got to focus on the record for a winning streak, which I think what do the Indians set it for, 22, I think, back in 17. But anyways, once again, to wrap this all up, that's a big series coming up, and that's going to wrap up this Yankees recap. I hope you guys all enjoyed. I am actually going away for about a day to this place called Hershey Park in Pennsylvania. I'm going away for the day, but I'll probably be back. I know I'm coming back tomorrow or Thursday night in time for the game, and I anticipate probably doing another one of these recaps either Friday or Saturday or Sunday. So stay tuned for that. I will see you guys next time. Let's go Yankees.